This is heavy.
All right, guys, we've been trying to get this together for a while now. Our schedules just didn't work, but we finally got you in house. We got Huey and Hotrod, Matt in Houston. Thanks for coming to hang out and shoot the shit with us and talk about, I don't know, whatever it is we're going to end up talking about.
Find out.
I met you guys, kind of touch base with you at the Orr Christmas party that happened. They do like an annual Christmas party up there, and you guys actually have kind of a section in the back, for those that don't know, where you sling vintage clothing and stuff up at Orr. And you're only one of two, correct me if I'm wrong, two outside vendors that are part of Orr. Everything else is basically in-house now, where it used to be kind of like almost like a flea market kind of deal, but maybe not.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe I'm way off base there.
I feel like that's kind of how it started to fill the store out. I don't know. I can't speak for
Shout out to John Tubbs.
the model of
sure.
Orr, but I think when they started on, they had some like vendors in there.
I think they had to,
To kind of like fill some space, and then over time, I think they kind of started to try to get their own stuff in. So.
Yeah. How long have y'all been in there or part of it?
2.5 years, I think.
Yeah,
You weren't there in the original?
No.
Okay.
No. Yeah, probably like 2 years, I guess. I actually think it was like in October of maybe 21 or 22, something like that.
Now, were you guys? How do y'all know each other? First of all, let's take it way back.
Dang, we probably met. I guess it would have had to been in the spring, early summer of 1996. I think he was born January. I was born in April.
Oh, y'all are related. Yeah.
Yeah, we're cousins.
Telling me that.
So like,
y'all go way back. Yeah.
Way back.
He's got memories of me that I don't remember.
Okay.
Only like 4 months, 3 months, whatever that is. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. And you guys operate. How did the nicknames? You have an Instagram, Huey and Hotrod. Is it all vintage or is it more of a lifestyle thing?
There you
is
go.
It just
Lifestyle.
Like lifestyle. Okay.
Yeah.
How did the nicknames come about?
Well,
I don't think Hot Rod for me was growing up. My dad, Hot Rod, never called me by my name.
Really?
Only ever heard Hot Rod. I have no clue the origin of it, where it started.
yeah,
We've
Yeah.
never had nicknames ever.
his dad was
Damn
cool
it.
like that, dude.
Dude, my dad was a big,
He loved
big
racing, dude.
nicknamer. Like anybody, everybody had a nickname. And I don't know if that's because he just like knew so many people, but I think it was like, if I give you a nickname, that's gonna stick better than what you tell me your name is.
Do your friends call you Hot Rod?
No, nobody calls
Nobody,
me.
just your dad.
Nobody calls me Hot Rod other than my dad.
Okay.
Yep.
So
I don't call him hot. I've never called him Hot Rod.
unless it's in a
Unless it's
video on
ironically,
Instagram.
yeah.
Sure. Well, that's like yeah, you got that's bold. To, like call yourself that out. In,
I mean,
public and stuff,
Hot
you know
Rod's
what I mean?
Hot Rod's a nickname that if you give yourself that, you ain't Hot Rod.
Right.
You know, like only
it has to be
yeah,
given to you. I think. Yeah.
yeah. But then like Huey is just Houston. Just random people call me that. Just like Huey, just endearment, I guess. I don't know, but
See, I could see that lends itself well.
See, I never knew that. I never knew the origin of.
yeah, like
Huey.
I've never.
I kind of always thought that you like gave yourself that
No,
nickname.
no. If you give yourself a nickname, you're either in 7th grade and you're trying to, be like you just
Yeah.
watched a movie, and then you're like, oh, that's gonna be me.
That's gonna be me. Yeah.
Yeah, like you just watched like The Hangover, and you want to be like Bradley Cooper, and you're like, oh, I'm the cool guy. I'm gonna give myself a nickname.
But seventh grade, you'd be like Old Yeller, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Old Yeller's a good nickname, right? No? I'm shut up. All right.
I mean,
Like I have some friends of mine. They all went by nicknames like Charger and Titan
oh my
and stuff.
god,
And
that's all.
That's kind of cool.
it was
Charger?
Yeah, Charger.
Like the car.
Yeah, I guess
He saw a Charger and was like, that's me.
He played in bands. He had it like written on his guitar, and that's what everybody
well,
called
if
him.
you can play the guitar. That's
Like there's still like some tight knit buddies of his that still go by.
Hold on, I got to
Charger
know.
or
Who was
whatever.
Charger?
Randy.
Randy's
Yeah,
Charger?
Randy's Charger. Yeah.
damn, it's better than
I've
Randy,
never
I
called him
guess.
Charger because I knew him as Randy forever, so I never called him Charger.
I've known that man my entire life.
Would you rather be Randy
never
or
knew.
Charger?
I like Randy.
I know a lot
It's
of
just
Randys.
like whatever.
We got an Uncle Randy. I got 2 Uncle Randys. So
Well, how did you guys start doing the vintage thing? And going back to the nicknames, I thought Huey would have been something like from Hueytown, because
Really?
I know you guys are big fans of like Davey Allison and stuff. So
yeah, oh, that's. A
I
good
didn't know if
point.
there was a
That is a
tie
good
to like
point.
Hueytown or
No,
I
but
was like Huey.
I mean,
okay.
Huey Lewis in the news, but that's like.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But it's funny too. So like, I'm about to get married in June, and my future father-in-law, his name is Huey.
Oh really?
I
Okay.
mean, that's his like birth-given name. So whenever Houston met them, he was like, "Dang, I guess I'm not even really Huey anymore."
You've been replaced.
yeah, dude, I'm like, all of a sudden I fell out like 4 places in the Huey line.
Yeah, because
What the hell?
that's a generational name. So it's
Yeah.
like there's 4 Hueys.
Well, congrats, man. That's cool that you're
Yeah,
getting
fun
married.
stuff.
That's awesome.
Big year.
Yeah. When's the wedding set? for?
June.
June. Okay. Summer wedding. Cool.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Outside.
Yeah.
All right.
We're gonna
Try
tough
not
it
to
out.
die.
Tough it out.
Sweat it out. But yeah, man, you guys are slinging some cool jackets and merch, and like we've got your Instagram stuff pulled up. And how did you guys start this whole endeavor?
Dude, so like the whole start of it, like we didn't start doing vintage. Like it's just something we started.
live it, dude. We just live the
Hey, don't read our Instagram bio. But yeah, I mean, it really is just like, yeah, live like your heroes. We both have desk jobs. Live like your heroes. But we just like doing stuff,
Okay.
and like if we like doing something, we're gonna do it. So like, vintage kind of just aligned with the things we like growing up.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I think me and him talked about this before we started, about like before you like get into like vintage clothes and stuff, like you'll see someone wearing a cool hat, a cool shirt. Like, damn, that's sick. Like, where'd they get that?
Where'd you get that Space Jam shirt,
Yeah,
man?
yeah, or like a hat or a
Well, not
a
even
Hank
like
Williams
not even
Jr.
something
shirt.
specific to like Hank Williams Jr. or Space Jam. Just the style of things. I mean, you're starting to see a lot of it come back. Like, I don't know if that jacket is vintage.
Well, we talked about this is.
Yeah, we talked about that at Orr.
But I love
So-
this jacket, and it's kind of got that. Cool,
But it's like that's that style, and like I don't know. Up until not too recently, I feel like it's kind of hard to find stuff that actually kind of looked that way.
Totally.
And then you'd see somebody wearing it, you're like, dude, where'd you get that? Like, how do I get a hat like this? It's like, well, corduroy hats are all over the place now, but it's, I don't know, it's one of those things. It's like, a lot of the stuff people are wearing is old.
Mm-hmm.
So then it kind of went to that spiel of, I think, growing up and all the things that we were exposed to as kids and like from our dads, and
Yeah.
music played a big impact on, I think, us wanting to create something around this whole, I don't even know what you call it, influence, I guess, but I don't know, it's just
I
cool
mean,
that there's
945 followers, you could say influence.
I mean, y'all are
call it
up there,
influence.
bro.
We're about to be 4 digits. When we hit 4 digits, I think you're going to start seeing
Yeah.
a little more. But yeah,
Podcasts like this won't be as easy to schedule with you guys.
Sounds
dude,
as
you're
big.
going to have to squeeze us
Hey,
in.
after the podcast, we might be
I
1,000.
do. We might get you like 4 followers.
What's our
yeah.
bump?
I'll take them. I'll take 4.
But dude, yeah, like you think of like, I don't know, there's such a heavy like irony to a lot of vintage stuff where like,
Well, it's kind of like a super popular thing all of a sudden. Like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
Mom's has the vintage thing they do every month.
which is cool.
Which is cool, but it's just like, dude, everybody and their brother is like, you know, going thrift store shopping and slinging clothes, and I don't know, it's like a cool subculture, you know, almost of like people who are like really hardcore into it. And
Mm-hmm.
we've had, you know, like the vintage Shih Tzu guy. What's
Vintage
his
Shih
name?
Shih Tzu. Vintage Shih Tzu.
He's
Yeah,
a teacher.
you just said
oh,
it,
that's
bro.
terrible.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
had him
we-
on, and we
we
kind of
met him
nerded out
at-
about vintage stuff.
at
It
the
was
night
cool.
market.
Yeah,
Pepper
yeah, he
Place
does a lot
one
of the
night.
local stuff, and it was cool, man. Just like, and I, even talking to you at Orr that at the Christmas party, just like how you can spot like tags and stuff, and like you're so in tune with
Dude,
like,
Matt's
oh,
a
that's a
tag.
Comfort Colors, or oh, that's
Yeah.
this, or that's that, and it's like you can tell just from the tag, like if something is like truly old or like a diamond in the rough, I guess.
Yeah,
It's
there's
kinda
not
neat.
I don't want to make myself sound like I know everything about vintage clothing, because
yeah.
like I don't, but there's like a level of knowledge to it. I mean, you can't just go in somewhere expecting to find, you know, crazy jackets and crazy shirts and stuff. So it's a level of,
It's kind of like records.
I think, repetition.
Sure, yeah, that's
like,
good.
Yeah.
It's kind of, it's a lot like records. I feel like that's why a lot of the bases overlap, kind of. Like, but also, it kind of like, to go further, kind of like philosophically, you know, like it's a lot of people
get
that are
deep.
like, no, but like it's a lot of people that like just want things that are original and cool,
Yeah,
that aren't, you know, Zara, ASOS, like all this like fast fashion made cheaply. Like, dude, they're shirts that are made 1975. They're in better shape than a shirt I bought 2 years ago on Amazon, you know? Like,
yeah.
It's like, all right, what's the deal? Like me and Matt were going through some old Jimmy Buffett records, R.I.P., and
Love Jimmy.
Dude,
all right,
but like,
Pete.
dude, when you open up those records and like, you look through the catalog of the songs and stuff, and there's like all this artwork and everything's so in your hands versus iTunes where it's so cheap and fleeting. Like things just pass you, and then you're like, okay, next one, next one. It's like, dude, there were kids in 1979 who bought a record. They put that thing down and like, I couldn't imagine. Like, think about how much time they spent with the art. You know, like now, like this jacket. This is a pretty old jacket, not too old. What year do you think this? Matt didn't look at the tag though, but if he looks at the tag, he can tell you.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a
if I saw
Wrangler
the tag, I
jacket.
could
Yeah,
tell you.
that's nice.
Yeah, but like it's something where when you spend time with it and you start looking at it and you go, oh, that's cool. Like, oh, damn, that's cool. Like, dude, give me a shirt from ASOS or Amazon or wherever. Like,
Just more cheaply made.
yeah,
and
it's the
falls
time you
apart, yeah.
spend with it, the less the relationship changes.
Sure. Oh, there's something to be said, like a good pair of jeans or something, man. Like
I don't want to sound like I feel like I'm
Yeah.
fanboying about vintage. That's not I'm not
No,
an
no, no.
evangelical vintage.
No, I get it.
It's
though,
just
and
cool. I like things that are kind of cool, and that's
But I
kind of
think
where it stops with
you
me.
kind of hit on something that's pretty cool. It's like everything's so digital now. You know what I mean? And maybe there's like a hunger to have like real stuff. I mean, like, you look at like the resurgence just in the past decade of like records, and you got stores like Seasick that are packed. I mean, every day. You know, it's just like, yeah, I could have every song known to man on my phone. And it's like you wonder, why do people go and like surf for records? You know, surf through records and collect records. And it's like there's something cool about like having a physical copy of something, whether it's clothing or it's old records.
There's something
or,
about analog,
Analog, yeah.
analog everything.
Yeah.
I mean, you see the resurgence of film photography. I mean, it's as big as it's been since it fell off. And I think
I
it's
still don't get
because-
that one, but yeah.
Well, I feel like people are striving for an appreciation of slowing down.
Yeah, dude. That's it. Yeah, that's
Like
a good.
a lot of
Interesting.
photographers, like digitally, because I'm a photographer, videographer by trade. I don't know if you knew that about me, but that's what I do for my day job. But digital is so quick. Like in here, taking a picture, you can snap off 100 shots in 10 seconds, and you're gonna find one that you like. But it's like with analog and film, you have to slow down. You got 24 shots
Yeah.
on a roll of film, so you got to slow down
Really
and really
be more
take your time of
methodical,
like,
yeah.
do I want to spend a frame on this shot? You know, so I feel like people were, I don't know, it's cool to think that like people want to slow down. 'Cause that makes
Yeah.
me happy. But going back to records too, it just like, I don't know. We were talking about looking through those Jimmy Buffett records, and it's kind of like records were artists' social media back then. Because when you're
Yeah.
flipping through, and it's like a whole photo shoot on the inner sleeve of a live concert from '82,
Yeah.
and it's like this is how people like that's how artists were, showing their kind of selling their stuff. Because I mean, how else are you gonna do it? But it's super cool looking through all those pictures.
Oh,
and
yeah.
just
It's cool, but
seeing-
then when I see like AI art, dude, I'm like,
Oh, dude.
hell yeah, let's go. The future's gonna rule.
Bro, he was showing me this app. Man, it's scary, the technology.
Yeah, were you showing him the Taylor Swift AI stuff that's been coming out?
I didn't show him that.
No.
We don't have
No.
that. We don't have that kind of
No, he
relationship.
showed me. It's
I'm
this,
sure he saw it.
Yeah, I know.
not
He's
see
looking it
that.
up on
I
his
did not look that
Twitter
up.
X
No.
account.
Yeah, my X account. Yeah.
Sorry, X, not Twitter.
It just makes it sound so much worse.
No,
No,
he
dude,
showed-
that's why I wanted to clarify.
Yeah. Anyways,
Not Twitter X, bro.
he was showing me the Face app or whatever that like.
I
Dude,
love
Face
that.
App is so
It is
old, though.
scary good. Like it
Dude.
doesn't always nail it,
Some of them
but
would have
sometimes it is so
ridiculous.
convincing. It's like, bro, that's what I would look like with a beard. That's
Dude.
what I would look like with blonde hair. Like
Our buddy,
scary, dude.
our buddy Connor McCollum, shout out Connor. He moved to Nashville. He religiously at least once a week I'll just get a picture of him just fat, like
Fat old man.
Yeah, dude. Like
That's crazy. Yeah, AI.
it's
is,
so stupid though, because like he gets the free version, so you see the logo in the bottom.
Yeah,
So-
dude, free version. Yeah.
Dude, I sent one of those pictures of me in a work group chat. No response. Nobody thought it was funny.
Coworkers don't have your sense of humor. But yeah, I like to read and stuff, and I'm not a big fan of like audiobooks. You know,
No,
there's
dude,
just something about having
can't
like
do
a
it.
physical copy of a book.
Absolutely.
Even though you're going to pay like $20 for it, still, it's like, dude, after I finish it, I want to have something to like
Same.
put
dude.
on the shelf and be like, oh, I remember reading that book. Or
You
if I
hit
ever want to pick
you
it up.
hit
one day.
read.
It's called a
read
trophy
books
book.
downtown.
Yeah.
Shout out Read Books.
Read books. Thank you books over here in Crestwood. Go
Go
there.
to Thank You Books. Are they? Do you like them? You go often?
Not really. Not as often as I should. Use Amazon.
I buy my books. I buy used books online.
Used
I
books
can't remember the
online?
last time I purchased a new book, but I buy used books online.
Damn. Okay. So
He's
y'all
my
are both-
go-to,
You're
man.
both readers.
Yeah.
He's the actual reader, and then you
I just
kind
read
of.
whatever he reads.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'd say the past year I did more reading than I did probably the previous 8 years before that.
Damn.
Like just
Reading's cool.
just
though.
got back
Reading's
into
sick.
reading and Jimmy Buffett, Salty Piece of Land, man, that's a good book.
Dude, did you like
read
that? I tried to get into it.
I'm only
couldn't.
about halfway through it. It's
Be honest, don't chalk them up. You know.
It's not like the most exciting book I've ever read. It's like something you want to. I think on the back cover it says like it goes down like a pina colada. Like it's something you want to.
Yeah, it's. I think
While
it's
you're on
for a-
vacation at
I
the
think it's to
beach.
read half drunk off of
Yes,
margaritas and
yes.
pina coladas and be like Jimmy Buffett rules.
Which that's a
Gonna
good.
read
That's a
on
good.
the
Feel,
good.
that's a good feeling.
It's
to
a good
have.
feeling. Just
I'll tell you
it's
what,
an easy read. How about that?
If I'm drinking and listening to Jimmy Buffett, I don't want to read a book. Okay,
I might not be able to read.
I'm
a
not
book.
about to read a book if I'm listening to Jimmy Buffett.
I'd read it on the beach or something.
Dude,
See,
you-
we're the type of people that go sit on the beach all day and just do nothing. And so I could see myself probably getting into it a little more.
I don't
If you're sitting on
consider
the if you're sitting on the beach all day doing nothing, you ain't reading.
You ain't reading a book. I'll
Well,
tell you that.
Okay. But yeah, analog is cool. I kind of dig that. And like
Yeah,
the
dude,
whole
books though. That's
style.
the same way with books. Like you said, like used books. Like, dude, like I just got an old copy of 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, Jules Verne. Got it from Read Books.
Is it like that book? That thick?
No, it's not too bad.
It's not like Moby Dick or anything.
No.
Oh,
dude.
okay.
No. It still gets pretty wordy, but like, dude, like the old covers and stuff, like, because they were all hand drawn. Like nothing was
Yeah.
digitally, whatever, like
No photos
produced.
or anything.
Yeah, but like those older copies of books are sick, and like there's just a different feel to them than like you get the new mass printed book, and then like 7 of them are like stuck. You know,
Oh yeah,
rip
yeah.
them.
They just fall apart.
It's like, damn, this book's like made in 1988, and I can flip through every page seamlessly, and I get a brand new book that I paid triple the price, and it sucks.
Yep.
Like what?
Yep.
See,
What's wrong with our society, man?
dude, bro, when's the pendulum gonna swing back? That's what I'm wondering.
Well, it sounds like it is. It's like they say there's nothing, things go in circles, and so it's like all of a sudden, like jackets like this, like the stuff that you guys are wearing, like vintage in general. It's like that's all suddenly at an attempt to be original. People are reaching back into the past, and it's like, ooh, I want
And
to wear
copying.
this. I want to wear this jacket that I saw Jeff Gordon wear, or whatever. Speaking of that,
Dude, that's
pull up this photo, dude. I was scrolling earlier trying to think of things to.
dude, that's a
talk
really
about.
good point. I've never thought of that circular, like. That's wild to think
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
It's like, dude, what if we wore dead people's clothes?
Let's dig them up, man.
You know, that's what we're
That
doing.
way.
Like, dude, sometimes you'll find like you'll be going through the racks and there'll be like eight shirts that are all the same brand, same size, all been dry cleaned or whatever. You might, dude.
It's like, oh, this is George's
100%.
wardrobe.
R.I.P. Peepaw, dude. Like,
But man, dude, looking at some of these, like, I don't know, some of these, I don't know what the old NASCAR drivers used to wear. It seems like the new guys, it's all like one suit.
Dude, Tim
Dude, look.
Richmond, that is like
what they used to wear.
that is incredible.
So is it a separate jacket and pants?
No, it's a whole jumpsuit.
It's a whole
Yeah,
jumpsuit.
it's
So
a
that's
racing
always been a
suit. Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Funny story about Tim Richmond. So there was, I want to say it was like the All-Star race, and all the drivers like take a photo, and they're like lined up, too deep in the photos, and dude, it's got his whole boy out from the racing suit and laying it on someone's shoulder.
What do you mean, his whole boy?
His dick.
Like,
The whole boy. It's on there, and it's in the fit. Like there's
It's in
posters
the
of
photo,
it. Yeah,
really?
He had his
Um,
fuel pump out.
yeah, his fuel pump,
His
the whole
fuel
fuel
pump,
pump. But then it's funny, like some of the like newer guys that are coming into racing, which I'm not like a big NASCAR fan or anything. Like I appreciate the old stuff, but one of the newer guys, who's younger, he's like 23, and
That's
he's
a sick picture.
racing, like in the Cup Series, and they remade the All Star photo, like
He
that
did
one.
that?
Well, he didn't do that. He
didn't
like
do that.
stuck his finger through the zipper.
Oh, okay.
And like set it on someone's shoulder, and like nobody caught it. But then somebody, like when it got posted, like people noticed it, and
Pretty good.
it like got surfaced.
Do you guys ever come across any like old like true racing gear or anything? Y'all. So,
tried
probably
to.
not a jumpsuit, but like
Yeah.
I see some of the like really cool jackets with all the patches on them. And
Yeah,
stuff.
the racing jackets are huge. I mean,
Yeah.
people, they're pretty big in like the vintage market.
Seems like here in the South, I was talking to somebody and they were like, "Man, we have a lot of racing gear, and you go to any vintage market, any vintage thing, like there's just racing stuff everywhere. But then in other parts of the country where it's not as popular, it's more sought after. You know what I mean? So I don't know if y'all have ever seen that or.
I never
noticed
really
that.
thought about that.
It's like whereas like here, like you probably have a good shot of finding like an old Davy Allison shirt or something, but maybe up north or maybe somewhere else in the country, it's just not.
But you guys think, even
common.
just looking on eBay at some of the sellers that have this stuff,
Yeah.
I mean, they're all over the country. I mean, racing was,
Sure, yeah.
yeah. I mean, there's tracks
I just
all
didn't know if it was more popular
tracks
just
all
like
over the
in the
country.
South and the Southern.
Have you ever been to a race before?
No, I've been to drag races. I've never been to a NASCAR race or anything.
Drag race, okay.
Yeah.
Drag racing's wild.
Yeah, the funny cars, like true drag racing. I'm not talking about like just illegal street racing or whatever.
The funny cars.
That was always my favorite. Dude, going there as a little kid, I would always get scared because it would shake the ground, like when those things take off and stuff. Like
Really?
Shake the bleachers.
I've
and
never
stuff.
been to a
Yeah,
drag
you've never
race.
been to like a true drag race with
Never
like
been
the
to a drag
super
race.
fuel
Nope.
machines or whatever.
Don't we have pictures on the wall somewhere? floating
Somewhere,
around
yeah.
Of you there as a child
Matt, you
with a
do drag
mullet?
races, right?
No.
I don't know anything
He
about
does
drag
drag race?
racing, but
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking drag shows. My bad.
but man, those engines and stuff, yeah, it would literally shake the ground. It's crazy.
My bad. Sorry.
Drag show.
I didn't mean to out you, Matt. I'm sorry.
That's
Matthew.
good.
Matt.
Hey, we got pictures of everything. Yo, I need another.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that's... Dude, if you were sitting at the bar, dude,
I know it.
if you were sitting at the bar...
I know,
we'd be
man. You guys
asking-
come in and start critiquing him.
Bro, you could toss
Wrong.
them.
That was his idea.
You could toss them into frame.
Dude, that's a sick... I just keep thinking about, like, him all cozied up over there. Get some tiki bamboo, you know?
Yeah. Oh, dude, I actually had the idea to like. So for anyone listening to this episode, I built a bar down here in my basement where we do our podcast, and I had actually toyed around with like doing like a fake like tiki hut deal.
Harder than it looks.
I just lost
just
interest. Just didn't.
Should turn on some Martin Denny or...
Because when we first got this started, we would like some of the guests would like bring their girlfriends or bring friends over, and we wanted to have like a cool place for the guests to sit down. The guest
Yeah.
of the guest to have a place to sit down and hang
Yeah.
out. And so that was the idea. And then after we built it, nobody ever used it. So.
Oof.
We even had another
hurts.
TV over there with the feed of this piped over, so they could sit there and watch it and drink beer.
That's cool.
Dude, that'd be sick.
But it never really got used. So I don't know. Zach's over there in the corner. Maybe we'll move him to the bar.
Dude, I just love that thought.
I'm surprised you didn't wear your famous Davy Allison shirt you have in the poster.
I
You
should
guys hang
have.
in.
Dude,
I was fully expecting
Yeah.
that
So
shirt. Yeah.
I was hoping to wear something like that. You know, one of my favorite shirts.
Give me the
but-
full H&H experience. Yeah.
Yeah, but I literally came straight from the airport and then came here.
Oh,
So,
okay.
some fun stuff.
Were you out of town or something?
Yeah.
That's
Obviously.
he's a busy guy, dude.
Is your storefront at Orr the only place that you guys sell, or do y'all do some of the markets and stuff around town too? Or
We want to do our own thing.
Okay.
So-
What does that entail exactly? Is it just like an online
You know,
presence?
being able to buy anything we have online, and then we've been toying with the idea of something once a month and just putting on an event.
Okay.
Like, I don't know, you know Action Bronson? You ever keep up with him?
I know
Yes,
of
dude.
him. I don't.
Yes.
Dude,
We're not like buddies, but yeah.
He
We don't hang out.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, I know who he is.
But dude, me and Matt fucking love Action Bronson. Like, he's somebody who I think only, like, you know, there's certain people like you hang out with them and it's like, dude, that dude never does anything he doesn't want to do, but he's also successful. Like, there's people that do that and you're like, oh, you're a bum. But then there's other people that do it and they're successful and you just like feed off their energy. I don't know if you know anybody like that personally. But like I watch
That guy.
Action.
Yeah.
Oh, is he like that?
My brother, he's a true inspiration. He works
Hell
his
yeah.
ass off. Yeah.
Yeah, keeping it real.
He's
He's
got-
a real one.
He's got
Yeah.
a million projects
But like
going on.
Action Bronson does, golly, what do they call it? I can't even remember what they call it now. But they'll do like every 2 months maybe, where they just shut down a block in New York City. They do a bunch of food, like get vendors out there, like coordinate with different restaurants around where they're gonna do it, and they'll like blast his music, like
Oh, so it's just like a
Celtic.
whole event type
Yeah,
deal.
it's like a block
centered
party
around
kinda.
Block party, okay. You guys gonna start doing block parties? At
We can't
Birmingham?
do that.
Okay.
I mean,
I don't
we
know
don't
if we're
have
gonna throw
those
block parties.
resources.
Okay.
But we would like to do something where people who want to, you know, have fun and hang out, and kind of like what we're doing right now, but with like more music, more people,
But
and
different
then
than
and then we make money.
okay,
something like
well,
that.
yeah, money
kinda.
would be good. Sure.
Yeah.
Would it be different than some of the other? I mean, there's a lot of vintage markets around town. Like, geez.
Well, I
Yeah,
don't,
but
the
that's
thing
all
with
it
us
is, though.
it's just we just want to be able to set up somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Our stuff's for sale, and it's our event. So there's not vendors. We'll bring a grill. We'll do the cooking. We'll play some tunes. People just come hang out.
Okay.
It's kind of like why we don't do a vintage market. Kind of like when I was saying that, like it's not like we tried to do vintage versus it was something we did. If that makes sense.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't want to sound. That sounds like I'm.
No. I get
Okay.
it. Yeah.
But like same way with like, dude, we
You don't want to harp on the vintage thing too hard.
no,
Like,
dude,
it's
we
more
want
than
to.
just that. I
It's
guess.
something cool. We love
Yeah.
doing cool stuff. Do cool stuff right.
It's a vibe.
It's a
Yeah,
vibe.
bro. It's like a wave, and we're just riding it.
That's right.
But dude, but think about this. Imagine if it was us four hanging out right now.
Yeah.
We're
we-
hanging out right
Yeah,
now.
we're literally doing it.
But wait,
I don't have to
Here's
imagine.
here's what we're missing.
What are we imagining?
Here's what
The
we're
audience
missing.
is there too. They're
Here's
with
what
us.
we're missing.
All 5 of them.
A grill, tunes blasting,
We can do it.
beers.
We got beers.
We got beers now. We also have beers now, but we don't have grill. We don't have tunes blasting.
I got a smoker out. I'll roll it in here, bro. We'll get it.
dude.
Light it up.
Light it up.
That's
some burgers.
That is half a life. Half of your life is being around somebody, talking to them. And if you're lucky, there's a grill and you're cooking meat. And dude, if
So
you're
I need
doing
to
that,
spend
you're
more
winning.
time cooking
Dude,
meats.
I'll
That's
tell you
what
what.
I need to do.
You called me crazy. That's a life lesson that my dad, and his dad both taught us growing up.
Okay.
Is that if you got good music
Take
and you're
it
cooking,
easy.
Dude,
if you're
what is
if,
life? What is life?
if
Life
you
is
got-
cooking meat.
dude, if you got good music and you're cooking food, people will want to be around you and they're going to enjoy their time, and then you're going to be rewarded for it.
That's true.
Y'all got a business model around that.
Dude, it ain't even about business, but yeah,
It's
we
just
also
about having fun and
Yeah,
very,
I don't even
very
go
Buffett lifestyle.
like business model. It's not. I don't even. There's really not one.
no, dude. It's
Like it's cool that we can sell some cool old clothes and make a
Sure.
little money off of it. But at the end of the day, like if me and him
Y'all just like to
aren't-
party.
if we're not having fun and we're not enjoying it, like I'm not doing it. Like
cool.
I'm not gonna do anything that I don't want to do.
Well, summer's not too far away. We actually had a warm yesterday, man. It warmed up pretty good during the day. It was awesome.
Dude, yes.
Golly, I'm so ready for the cold weather to be gone.
as soon as it goes over 60, dude, I take my shirt off. As soon as it's over 60, I take my
screw
shirt
these
off.
cool jackets.
Dude, yeah. We're doing nothing but denim jeans past 60.
Yeah, the sad trade with like warm weather is, I don't know, cold
Less cool
weather.
jackets.
Yeah, I
You
feel
do
like
get to layer up and have like cool.
yeah, you get
like,
to
flair
dress
and stuff.
cooler for like a dude. I feel like it's
Yeah.
you kind of get to
When it gets
wear
hot, it's just like
things
t-shirt,
to
and
sh-
jeans.
Yeah,
It's nothing
jeans, shorts, and a tank top.
Rad
So-
belt buckle, I guess.
What's your opinion on vintage? Vintage records, kind of, I feel like all of that's fairly
It's a
similar.
deep question.
Yeah, dude. We're
I've tried to understand it.
into
I
it.
mean, like, I always like, I'm bad about going to, buy some cool retro shirt or something that I think I'm gonna look better in than I actually do. And then I get home and I look at myself and I'm like, can I really pull this off?
kind of
I
play
don't
the
know.
movie out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're picturing Ryan Gosling and you get home.
Dude,
and
yeah,
it's
you're like-
dude, I can't rock this. Like,
Dude, you're like, I'm Matthew McConaughey in Dirt, and I'm wearing this tattered shirt. I'm going to look fucking sick.
and then you
you're
get
like,
out in public, and you're like, oh man, this is a little
You look
loud.
like
I don't know if I
dirt.
need to.
the sleeves are too long, you're not tan, your arms are small. You're like,
You know-
like, damn, this doesn't even fit me right, and these jeans suck. God damn. Like,
Yes.
and then you're like, maybe, and then you know what you do? You go, maybe I could sell this and make some money on it. And then
Dude, but everybody seems to have the same idea. I have.
Yeah.
It does seem a little saturated, if I'm not being.
it's completely saturated.
Yeah, it's
100%.
It's like me and him sitting here telling you that we're about to drop a mixtape. It's like, yeah, dude, you're going to hear a couple.
like, I know I can count on like. Right now, I can count like at least half a dozen people that are vintage.
We ain't nothing special,
selling
folks.
clothes and stuff. It's still interesting and stuff, but
That's why we don't
it's like a
harp
lot
on
of people doing it. So, but I will say the stuff that you guys have
Rules.
in your library is pretty neat. Like, okay, I went to a vintage festival. I'm not going to say any names, but there was just like a pile of clothes on a tarp. and people are just like
Said
digging
dig
through these
through it,
clothes,
yeah.
and it's like, dude, this is garbage. Like, what are you talking about? Like, there's nothing.
Yeah. Like,
It's just like as much as you could carry for $5. Like,
I
I'm
think-
like, dude,
Yeah.
y'all didn't even put any thought into this. It's
This
just like
is-
whatever you had
is my
left
theory.
over.
it's like, what is it, like street food? Like,
Dude,
you just,
yeah.
like, come
Talking
by.
about how saturated the market is, I feel like a lot of people are trying to get more inventory than they can actually go and find and source themselves. So there's these companies where you can buy bales of
Really?
clothes online, and like you may buy like 100 pounds of vintage
You
clothes.
just roll the dice.
And maybe you might get 100 pieces that's worth something. But then, everything else that's in it, like, what are you going to do with it? It's like, well, you just take it to the market, throw it
Yeah.
out there for
On
$5,
the
and
tarp,
maybe
yeah.
somebody will buy it.
There's
That's my
definitely-
theory on
yeah.
why people do those, but I have
Yeah.
no idea. I've never bought any of that.
And
bulk
there's-
stuff.
Yeah, I'm not trying to show shade on anybody. But
There's definitely a spectrum of like hype beast, like almost exclusively like hype beast t-shirts and trucker hats on this side to like things that are old and cool.
yeah.
And I feel like me and Matt are like closer to the things that are old and cool.
Sure.
Because like also, dude, you go through the thrift store, like there's a lot of old stuff, but it ain't cool.
All right, cool. Yeah.
So
And then when you finally do see something that's really cool, then it's like, oh, that's a $300 T-shirt. It's like,
yeah, dude, yeah.
that's cool, but I don't know, is that cool? I saw this like rad. It was like an Iron Maiden shirt. I'm not even the biggest Iron Maiden fan, but
They
it
got
was,
cool graphics though.
It was like
Crazy
and
graphics.
like they had cool graphics, but like the feel of it, it's like a really thin,
Yeah.
and the fit looked cool, but he wanted like $200 for that shirt. It's just like,
Yeah, the
bro,
fits on that stuff
man.
is so hit or miss.
Dude, yes, man.
So
I
hit or
can't
miss.
tell you the number of times I bought something and then got it home and tried it on. It's like, well, that was $30. I shouldn't have spent.
What do you think
it.
a cotton T-shirt washed and dried from the 80s? How many times do you think it was washed and
Probably
dried?
100 times.
But
it's not
still,
gonna-
you find shirts that fit well though, that are
Dude,
more
and
well made. I guess.
we'll squeeze into a shirt for the photo too. Like that Dolphins shirt up there, like or that
No.
Whoop Troy. No, go to the
No, the best one.
that
Go to the Bear Bryant. It's up
Well,
to the
that Whoop
top.
Troy hit the Whoop Troy one first.
The Bear Bryant shirt.
Yeah,
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
up,
Oh, whoop back
down
down.
a
I'm
little,
sitting in a
down,
chair.
down a little.
Yeah, look at
Oh
those.
yeah.
So
In the
that
center.
this is a
Yeah,
perfect
bro.
example. That shirt is an extra large,
Wow. We as a society.
and I'm not.
There's
hey,
the proof
listen,
right there.
I know that I'm not like a small medium guy, but I do wear extra large T-shirts, and that one.
And an
Dude,
extra.
you wear that
Yeah.
one well. You should have wore that here.
Yeah,
Dude,
click,
that's called big
click-
sexy right
click
That
through
there.
some
is
of the other
big
ones.
sexy right there, dude.
show me,
You know-
show me grabbing beers out the fridge.
Dude, what I hate.
Oh, scroll to it, Zach.
Yeah, there's it's a carousel. Men used to do that all the time. What happened?
Do y'all
to
just set these
men?
photo shoots up in your house or something? Like,
Yeah.
No,
who's
dude, that's
just
a scene,
candid, snapping these candid photos of you?
Yeah.
Just like,
So they look candid.
That's just walking around the house
Take
being
it.
sexy, dude. Like, I just happen to have out
just
the.
this fly
Yeah,
on
see,
the
there it is.
wall.
There's tag,
Yeah.
extra large,
Super screen stars.
but it's not.
So Zach knows a little bit more about clothing seeing as he owns his own print shop. So
Oh damn!
he
really?
knows how to like
I get
spot
asked all the time,
tags
like,
and-
"Yo, can you supply vintage blanks?" No, I cannot. You know how hard it is to find vintage blank apparel.
You can buy them in bulk online on eBay.
Yeah, and you know how expensive
They're
they
very
are?
expensive, more expensive than new shirts.
Can you give me a Miller out of there, sir, if you don't mind?
Absolutely.
I felt terrible just asking you that.
Dude, ask, man. That's what's here.
Honestly, I'll take one too.
So, a lot of racing stuff, inspiration I see
Dude,
scrolling
one-
through your social media, but you don't really keep up with y'all don't follow racing?
Not really.
like today?
My dad was big into
He love racing.
racing.
Come on, Hot Rod. You don't keep up with
That's
racing.
what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah.
You can't love racing and not.
It's
yeah.
not. I will tell you, it's not the same.
Not the same.
It's not the same from what I remember growing up watching with my dad.
I was going to
way
ask you
different.
that. Yeah, I guess seeing as you're not. I mean, I know they got the I don't know anything about racing, but I know
it
that
died
they
with. Never mind. Keep going.
the restrictor plates and trying to slow it down, make it more safe, and all that stuff in regards
Yeah,
to like
and lane.
NASCAR. And I don't know. Just looking through some of those photos of the good old days, it just seemed like a lot more like I don't know.
Yeah, well, anybody could do it. I mean, now it's all.
You got to be a millionaire to even get started.
Yeah, I don't know too much about the
Classic.
current racing industry, or really racing in general, but it takes so much money to get in. And if you got the money to get in, you could get in. And if you got the money, your car's going to go fast. So then it's like, what about the people who really care about it and want to do it? It's like, well,
it's a rich man's sport. Yeah.
I felt like if they could lax some of the regulations that make it safer and we had more people getting messed up, I think we would have a lot more
We need
people.
more carnage in NASCAR. That's what we need.
yeah.
Dude.
People say it hasn't been the same since Dale Sr. died, and they're doing everything possible to make sure that doesn't
That's
happen
the
again.
truth.
Dude,
So, I mean,
Has
it
there
kind of
been
makes
a-
sense.
has there been like a major death of a racer since that? I mean, I'm
I
sure
don't
there has
know, like
been,
in
but-
NASCAR, I'm not sure.
I know F1, they used to have like one a year for a while.
Oh yeah, well that's
Dude,
crazy.
F1
dude. Formula
wrecks
One's
are
nuts.
Scary.
Yeah.
Because I've always said, like, I would like to get in a current Cup car and roll in it. Because, like, you're not going to move. Like, I just feel like it would be fun.
Just
like,
a wreck.
Dude, I
Oh,
would
just
take a wreck.
purposely
Yeah,
have
I
a
would
wreck?
take a wreck in a Cup car because.
All right, and turn.
Yeah, because, I mean, dude, they're not moving. I mean, they're just in there. You take your hands off the steering wheel. You're just.
He ain't trying to race, he's just trying to wreck.
Yeah, I'll just take a wreck. I don't know if you can
dude.
pay money to do that, but that would probably be really
No, dude,
expensive.
wrecking would be sick. I almost died in a car wreck too, but
Really?
wrecking would
That is true.
yeah, straight up hospital 10 days.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, hard to kill.
Hard to kill.
Hard to
I'm
kill.
glad you survived.
Yeah, but yeah,
That's crazy.
you don't. So you don't like racing.
I didn't say I don't like racing. I just never been to a race or seen racing. My grandfather was really into racing, and so that's going
don't-
back to like
you
the
don't
drag
see
races
race.
and stuff. Huh?
You don't see race.
I don't see race. That's
Yeah.
right. Colorblind.
My dad, going back to racing though, my dad was big into dirt racing. So like he used to work on crews and like his buddies were big like
Okay.
drivers and they would build cars and be in the pits. Like growing up as a kid, I would always end up at the dirt track just scraping mud off of a car in between
Dude, what-
races.
One time Matt foot raced a guy
I did foot race.
at a dirt race around the
Around the
track.
track?
Yeah.
He foot raced another kid. He was like probably 10.
That was the kid
There's
event.
the
That was
video.
fun. That's the most experience I've had on a racetrack.
He won though.
I'll give it that.
With their ass.
I did.
Dude, that's
So
awesome.
I'm 1 for 1 on the track.
Hey, there you
Yeah.
go. Keep that record.
He actually has raced before, so
Yeah,
That's
just
cool.
but it was on his feet.
not with an
At
engine.
it. And
I
you're-
have
and you're
been
a 10.
to the company I work for. We deliver and set up a lot of like audiovisual equipment and stuff. And so the past race at Talladega, we went down there and got to go inside the kind of the center of the track where a lot of the vendors were set up. And it was the day before the race, so everybody's getting there and getting set up. And it was the first time I'd ever seen cars running on it. So I'd been there before.
That's
They
gotta
had,
be sweet.
dude, it was gnarly. It was super cool. And you don't realize just how much of an embankment the track is. It's like, golly, dude, it's so steep. Like you're looking at a wall. And
I've
these
never
cars are
been-
like glued to it. It's pretty cool.
Never even been to a racetrack.
Man, well, it's cool to see. I wasn't there for the race, but I did get to see. I guess some of the, I don't know what they were doing out there, warming up or
I would love that energy,
preliminaries
though.
or whatever.
I
was
feel
cool.
like a race is like the whole duration of a race is like the beginning of a football game. Just
It's
that.
a huge party too, man. Like
yeah.
the whole inside, it looked like freaking Mardi Gras or something like that. Everybody sets up their campers and they build like makeshift like bars out there that you
Oh,
can walk
yeah.
up and pay for.
It's like a
shots
music
and
festival
drink.
for
It's
people
like-
that just
dude.
want their ears to explode.
And they were throwing down. I mean, this is the day before, and there's people out there in the middle of the day drunk, and it's like, dude, we're still like
Get outta here.
more than 24 hours out from the race.
Were you at Dega?
Dega? Yeah,
Gotta get to Dega.
it was cool. It like seeing that and being there is like, okay, this would be fun, to come for a day and
Yeah.
check it out and stuff. But
I bet when it's not fun, about 10 p.m., 10:30 p.m., nobody's sober.
we're trying to get out of there. Yeah, the next day. when
And there's a
everybody's trying
bunch
to
of
get out.
cars.
Dude,
Yeah.
watching was it Andrew Callahan that didn't Andrew Callahan do a video at Talladega?
I think he did. You know,
Yeah.
channel
Channel
4?
Channel 5? Channel 5 News?
Channel 5 News.
Yeah, Andrew
Channel 6,
Callahan.
Channel 8, Channel 9.
Channel, yeah,
Is
1,
it
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Channel 5? I think
No,
it's
I
Channel
don't know.
5.
He did
Was
All Gas, No
canceled.
Brakes.
Is he
Yeah.
back?
Oh, yeah, with
he's
Channel
back.
5. Yeah, he dropped like All Things Media
Okay.
and
He
doing
switched
his own
channels.
thing. Yeah, he literally
Okay,
switched
yeah.
channels to Channel 5.
I don't know who this dude is. It's like
Oh,
a
really?
YouTuber or something.
You've
What?
probably seen clips of
Yeah.
him online.
He's like the only real
You've seen
journalist in the world.
He's
I
not the
think.
all gas no brakes dude.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
Andrew
him?
Callahan.
Okay,
that's
yeah,
what he
yeah.
said. But there's a Talladega episode.
Oh,
of that
really?
Where
No, I
he
haven't
goes
seen
and
it.
interviews
It's
everybody.
wild.
Dude,
It's
it's
funny.
nuts.
Dude, that's awesome. So
That's
he was there
insane.
for the race. Was it this past year or maybe this?
I don't know. It might have been that was on All Gas No Brakes.
Yeah, I think that was on his. And that channel's Yeah, like
Yeah,
owned by
3, 4
somebody.
years or
He got
something.
screwed with a contract on that.
So he just did his own thing. Okay, yeah, I do know who that dude is.
What do you think of Zins? You a nicotine guy?
I'm not a nicotine guy. My brother is, but I'm not. I try to stay away.
Yeah,
from
there he is.
I'll comment on that in a minute. What are you talking about, Zins?
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about news. What are we talking about? How did we get here?
Channel.
it. He pulled out his dip and
Let me see.
started
This-
talking
it's
about
not
that.
dip.
That is not dip.
Do I,
Oh, what is it then?
It's just nicotine.
Channel 5. There we go, hands.
It's just like a nicotine packet. What is it?
Yeah, it's a pouch. Lozenge.
No,
Just
I see
nicotine
this
pouch.
all over TikTok. What the hell is
Yeah.
this?
Yeah, Zins, dude.
No tobacco.
So
It's just
not
like
Where's the
tobacco?
fun in that?
it's the nicotine. It's the
nicotine.
It
drug,
gives you
brother.
the nicotine fix.
nicotine.
It's the
where
drug,
it's at,
brother.
dude.
So here's the thing. I can't do nicotine. I don't know how many times in high school at like bonfires and stuff, all of them dipped, all our friends, because we grew up rural area, like everybody dipped. I would put them in every time, spin. Dude,
Oh,
I'd end up
sure,
on
yeah.
the back of a truck tailgate just like,
I'm not
Dead.
cool enough.
yeah. But then I got these, dude, and they do the same thing. This is my third thing, and my third.
Maybe you should just not do nicotine.
No, his New Year's resolution was
Dude,
to
my-
get on nicotine.
I
Get
wanna-
on nicotine.
It's for the brand, dude.
I'm good at breakthrough.
It's for the brand.
I can't do cigarettes. I can't do dip.
Look, dude,
I'm trying to
I've mastered
Do the
alcohol.
patches.
Yeah, dude, no.
Force your body to accept it.
Dude, one time I do threes. I did a 6 one time when we were at the Finnick. I had like a couple drinks.
What does it
nothing
do
crazy.
for you? Why do you
Dude,
do it?
I was sitting in like a bench off to the side, like I was like geeking on Molly or something. Like I was just like sweating.
It just hits you, and you
I was
just
like
enjoy
off the
that
six,
feeling.
No, I think
Dude, it does. Nicotine is a stimulant for the brain.
Yeah.
I think.
Dude,
I'm
it's
not
so
like
good. Dude, first thing in the morning,
I can't do
coffee and a
And a
cigarette.
cig?
Dude, there's
There you
nothing
go.
like it.
You wanna
There's
try one?
nothing
No, I'm
like
good.
it.
Thank you, though.
I'm not a nicotine guy, by the way, so you can trust me.
Well,
You can trust me, dude.
I got sick one time in high school when I was, we stole some cigarettes and smoked
Yep.
them out behind my house or something. My parents weren't home, and I got really sick. And I
Me
credit
too.
that for never picking up smoking.
These
After
will make
that,
you
I was like,
There you
dude.
go.
Some freaking dirt
Dude,
Paul
I-
Malls or something.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Garbage.
Yeah,
I've
they were
been there,
terrible.
dude. Dude, my dad did. Me and him used to get my
You're
dad's.
like, I gotta get on nicotine.
My dad did. He used to keep his dip cans in the garage, and they'd sit out and get real dry. You remember this? And because me and him grew up together. Like we did, God knows what, just messing around.
I don't know what you're about to tell.
And I know that sounded like I was setting something up, but my dad would leave out a bunch of dip cans, and he would just leave them. There'd be like 6 or 7. There'd be a bunch of dried Copenhagen
Like
tobacco in the
empties, like
bottom.
the little bit of residue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And me and Matt
Put 'em
would
all together.
we would put them together and put them in a napkin, and we would roll it up and try and smoke it like a cigarette.
Dude, I do not
And
remember
we
that.
were
How
like
old were
8 or
we?
10. Like we were
There's
like,
no way we were 10.
yes, dude. We'd
There's
put
no
'em out.
way.
I'd be like, Matt would be like, dude,
let's smoke
your
it,
dad's
man."
gonna realize. I was like,
Dude, apparently I was there, and I don't even believe him.
That's crazy.
yeah, dude. We stole Mike's
have
Hard
cans.
Lemonade one time
You
from
have-
Oh,
our
I do
older
remember
cousin.
that.
Dude, I stole Mike's Hard Lemonade from Piggly Wiggly once. Went
Dude,
home
we
and
were
drank at my
under-
house.
Now that's
I was
different. That's from a business.
We were at the lake, and there was Mike's Hard Lemonade from our cousin on the pier, and we swam under the pier so nobody would see us. Came up like Navy SEAls, snatched
it.
it, went under the pier, took a sip,
Dude,
and
we're
put
gonna
it
get
back.
drunk, man.
Took a sip. Like, this tastes like shit.
No, I don't know what I was. I think I was working at the Piggly Wiggly in Pleasant Grove.
That's
my
pretty
first
sick.
job.
The Hills,
The
brother.
pig.
No, I
rules,
didn't
dude.
work at Hills. I
What,
worked
in
at
Hills?
No,
we
it's
had a
Pig-
Piggly Wiggly in
Yeah,
never mind.
we had a Piggly
I
Wiggly.
take that back.
I dig the
And I
pig,
snatched
dude.
a. Lord forgive me. I snatched a Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Oof.
And walked it out the front door. And then I
Dude.
snuck it into my house because I couldn't even drive. I think I was probably like 15. My mom picked me up, and I had it in my jacket. And I was so nervous that she was going to be like, "Why do you look weird? What do you got in your jacket?" And she never said anything. And then I went upstairs. By that time, it was like hot,
Mm-hmm.
And I drank it in my
Yeah.
room, and I was like, "Dude, yeah, I'm cool. I'm drinking alcohol." It
So
was like
you
a
went to
pink
Pleasant
Mike
Grove?
Hard Lemonade. Yeah, I went to high school there.
We used to play Pleasant Grove baseball.
Okay.
Yeah, we never won.
Spent a lot of time in Hueytown, so yeah, I'm
Nice.
familiar with that neck of the woods. And,
Huey
grew
Town-
up hearing about Bobby and Davey Allison and Neil Bonnet and all those guys. Yeah,
There's just something funny about. I
You
feel
can't
like,
leave out Red Farmer, by the way.
Red Farmer. Yeah,
I feel like just one of the funniest, like almost everybody has a funny story of their first experience with a drug. Like whether it's weed, alcohol, nicotine.
Oh,
Like
sure, yeah.
Like it's one of those things that like you can talk to anybody about it, and it's almost always funny.
Yeah.
Like first time getting drunk, like one time, me and him and a couple of our buddies,
Let's just go in.
we went out to the woods. Get this, me, him, two of our other buddies, went out, drove a truck into the woods.
It wasn't a trail or anything.
Drove a truck. We drove a truck.
Plowed through, just made a
into the
trail.
woods.
Straight into it and parked it. Just
Went
cut
to
them off.
where we couldn't see or hear anything at his parents' house.
Won't get caught.
And we drank whiskey, Jim Beam whiskey,
Out of Gatorade bottles.
out of Gatorade bottles.
Why in Gatorade bottles?
I don't know, I
y'all
guess-
just pouring it.
Yeah.
I don't know where it came from, to be honest.
Buddy ended up pulling a hunting rifle out on us.
Dude.
Like, okay, drinking's not fun.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
the best part about that whole story was
Kicked a-
me and then that buddy, we were in the front of the truck, of our friend's truck, and then him and our buddy Austin was in the back. And I was sitting in the front seat, he was sitting in the passenger seat, and he was like, dude, it's hot in here, I want the windows down. So I was like, all right. I rolled the windows down. And he was like, they're not all down. And I was like, what are you talking about? They're literally, it's a 4-door truck. I was like, all 4 windows are down. And he was like, no, they're not all down. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like,
They
I
weren't
want,
all down.
I want that one down, pointing at the windshield.
windshield.
And I was like, dude, it won't go down.
Roll
he
it
was
down.
like, oh, I bet I can make it go down. Took the heel of his cowboy boot and kicked the windshield of our other buddy's
Oh my
truck
God.
and put a huge crack in it. And
This is
The
when
buddy-
you guys were in high school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were like 16, 17.
I don't even know if we were that old. No, we were like
I don't
17.
think I could even drive then.
No, I think we could all drive.
I don't know.
I don't think we were probably 16, 17. And we were like, oh, dude, what are you going to do? Like, what are you going to tell your parents? And he was like, dude, it's good. Like, don't worry about it. And he told his parents he was driving down the interstate and a rock hit his
Rock his
windshield.
windshield.
The impact was from the outside.
Inside,
Like, it was
yeah.
protruding out of them. They were like, all right, cool. And they got his windshield replaced.
Okay.
I don't even
Well,
know
that
if he
worked out
ever
for him.
told his parents about that. So
That's crazy.
they listen to this, they'll know the truth.
Dude,
I got to take a pee break. Can we take pee breaks on this?
Yes, we can absolutely do that.
by the way, I already took my Zen out. That's where I'm at in my nicotine, so I don't want you to worry
We got to
about
explore that
I
further.
legit thought you were putting one in.
No, I had it in. I've already taken it out. That's what I did.